You know, one of the fastest ways to seriously damage your short-term rental business is to lose control of your calendar. It sounds like a small detail, right? But when your calendar is wrong, everything becomes a nightmare. Guests get upset, your operations team is rushed, trust gets destroyed, and you lose money in ways that are totally avoidable. So today, we're going to break down why calendar management is so critical and how you can avoid one of the worst mistakes in this business, overbookings.
Okay, let's jump right in with the single most important mindset shift you can make, especially if you're just getting started. Your calendar is not a passive notebook where you just write down bookings. No, it's an active control system. Think of it as the operational brain of your entire business, and learning to treat it that way from day one is what separates the real pros from the amateurs.
So what does it actually mean to treat your calendar like the brain of your business? Let's get into it, because shifting your perspective here is what's going to unlock its real power. I'll be the first to admit, when I started out, I was 100% in that beginner camp on the left. To me, the calendar was just a screen where bookings showed up. But the pros, they see it for what it truly is, the operational brain of the entire business. It's the central hub that connects everything, from cleaning schedules to guest communication, making sure every single stay is set up for success.
This is where the magic happens. Your calendar isn't just sitting back and watching things happen, it's the conductor of your operational orchestra. It tells your cleaners exactly when to arrive, it blocks out time for essential maintenance, and even triggers those perfectly timed messages to your guests. It is the ultimate test of your operational readiness.
But what happens when this control system fails? Well, that's when you run headfirst into every host's nightmare, the dreaded overbooking. It's a mistake that can send your entire operation into a total tailspin. Let's talk about the true cost of this, because it's so much more than just a little mishap.
So an overbooking is exactly what it sounds like. You've promised your property to more than one guest for the same time. But pay close attention to the second part of that definition, or when a stay is accepted when the property cannot be made ready in time. That is a crucial distinction that so many new hosts miss. It's not just a double booking, it's a broken promise.
Trust me, I've been there, and let me tell you, it's a complete disaster. You're scrambling, trying to find a new place for a furious guest, apologizing like crazy, and basically throwing your own money away on compensation. The stress is off the charts, but it's the long-term damage to your reputation and to guest trust that really stings. It's a fire you never want to have to put out.
So how do we avoid this mess? It all comes down to one simple, incredibly powerful idea. Availability is operational readiness. Think of it this way. An open date on your calendar is a promise, and you should only make promises you know for a fact that you can keep. If you can't deliver a perfect 5-star experience, that date is not truly available. This is so important. A property is not available just because the bed is empty. True availability means there's enough time for a deep, thorough cleaning. It means there's time for a detailed inspection and for any last-minute fixes. It's being 100% confident that your next guest will walk into a flawless space. If you have any doubt at all, that open date on your calendar is a risk you just can't afford to take. Okay, this is your secret weapon for avoiding overbookings. I call it the availability control lens. Before you open up any date on your calendar, you have to run it through these 4 checks. Number 1, is the date really available? 2, can the turnover happen perfectly without rushing? 3, is every single one of your booking channels accurate? And 4, can you deliver this stay with total confidence? If you can't say a big yes to all 4, that date is a potential disaster waiting to happen.
Now, let's take this to the next level. If you're using multiple booking platforms, and you absolutely should be, that availability control lens becomes even more critical. More exposure is great, but it also creates more opportunities for things to go sideways if you're not on top of your game.
And here's the scary part. When you have multiple channels, one tiny mistake can create a massive domino effect of disaster. A slip-up on one platform can instantly cause an overbooking on another. It's a high-stakes game where having more reach demands way more control. So what are the usual suspects when it comes to these multi-channel mix-ups? You've got the classic sync delay between platforms. You've got that forgotten manual block for maintenance. Or, my personal favorite, when you know you blocked a date, but it somehow stays open on just one channel. Each of these is just a ticking time bomb waiting to blow up your calendar. All right, we've talked about the problems. We've talked about the risks. Now let's get to the good stuff, the solutions. This is where you take back control, where you build a system that protects your business and guarantees a 5-star experience for every single guest. I want you to meet your new best friend, buffer time. And look, this isn't about losing a night of revenue. It's about investing in the long-term health of your business. By creating just a little bit of breathing room between stays, you give your team the time they need to do their magic and make sure every guest walks into a pristine, welcoming space.
So, when should you use this awesome tool? Well, it's a must-have for bigger properties that just take longer to clean. It's a lifesaver during your busy season when you've got guests checking in and out constantly. And if you're running a lean operation, it's your safety net. And, let's be honest, it's also your secret weapon for handling those surprise maintenance issues that always pop up at the worst times. And here's the best part. When you finally master your calendar, you're not just avoiding problems. You're actually unlocking the full potential of your business. You'll be able to set your prices with confidence, automate your guest communication, and create a stress-free operation for your team. And the result? A seamless, 5-star experience for every guest, every time.
This quote says it all, doesn't it? The best in the business, they don't just see empty dates. They see opportunities to create incredible experiences. They build their success on a foundation of accurate availability, meticulous planning, and the kind of calendar discipline that protects both their guests and their bottom line. That is the secret to long-term success. So the crucial takeaway here is this. Availability discipline is not just some boring administrative task. It is a core business function that directly protects your revenue and, most importantly, the trust that your guests place in you. A strong, well-managed calendar leads to a stable, reliable business.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final question. Take a look at your calendar right now. Seriously, does it reflect a true commitment to delivering an exceptional experience, or is it just a collection of empty dates? The answer to that question will determine your success in this business. Thanks for watching and happy hosting.